Think about your target audience, okay? Who is your target audience? Think about their pain points. What are they struggling with? Does your product help it? Think about your minimal viable product, their MVP. How is your product different? What problem is it solving? Now I'm diving into all the business stuff. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 9% Show. I'm your host, Steven Burton, and here at the 9%, y'all know I keep everything 100. If I haven't done it, not doing it, or not about to do it, it will not come out my mouth. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the 9% Show. As we always do, we give a toast to the 9%ers out there. Shouts out to y'all and those that would like to get into the 9% Club. Cheers, cheers, cheers to everybody. All right, we are going to continue our mentor series. Okay, I started this a couple weeks ago, well, maybe not a couple weeks ago, but a couple episodes back, where I did my first one on if I was a barbershop, what would I do to expand and increase revenue? So the thing I love about these mentor series is it gives me an opportunity to dive into a different industry, a different business type, a different product, service, and just what would I do if I was in that industry? The way my mind works, what advice would I give if I could? What if I was your personal mentor? What would I give you? And so the next topic, this particular one we're going to talk about is starting a beauty business. I get this a lot. It's a very popular business type. Definitely a lot of things within it. And I often get that from friends and family asking me about their beauty business and giving them some advice on that. It is well, I was gonna say it was a tough business, but that's actually one of my points that I'm gonna get to. But I'm gonna talk about 5 things that I'm gonna go over that if I was starting a beauty business, just kind of some things to think about. I will say, might as well dive into this first thing I was about to say, might as well just get right to it, that it is a tough industry. And I actually have so much respect for anybody that wants to dive into it. I'm a type of person that you should chase your dreams. You should go after what you want to go after. Don't let nobody discourage you. But this particular thing, I think it's a tough industry, mainly because, which is kind of going to my next point, but brand trust is super important, okay? Brand authority is super important. You are getting into a space where, at least I know with my wife, okay? She just ain't gonna put any old thing on her skin and her hair, okay? She put a lot of research into it. I don't even know. It's just, she got things, oily skin, dry skin, this skin, blah, 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 this type of hair, texture hair, put a hair in a piece of glass, and if it floats to the top, it floats to the bottom, whoop. And you really think that nobody's gonna know you from a can of paint, and just because you have a label on something, someone's gonna buy it? It's a tough industry. It's a tough industry to break into, rather manufacturing your thing, figuring out all the stuff from a business standpoint, but let alone the actual product. And if you do actually solve something, like you come up with a product that's unique enough, that's different enough, that actually works, that actually does something, are you scientific? Or did you just Google some recipes and you just, switch this with avocado? It is a tough business, very tough business. And like I said, and a lot of times I'm just like, wow, this would, what would I do? What advice can I give? And so I'm going to try to give some stuff that, that would help out, at least how I would tackle this, because it is some tough stuff. And the fact that it is, 1, a tough industry, okay? 2, brand trust is very important, okay? You really have to I feel like in this industry, and where a lot of people fail at, even before they get started, is that they think this is an industry that can super be driven by social media from the jump, e-commerce from the jump. Now, don't get me wrong. If you are somebody that already has that brand recognition just by your name, and someone trusts you based on something, then that gives you a little leg up. Maybe you're a hairstylist and you're very popular. Maybe you got 20,000 followers, loyal followers, and you come up with a hair product. Okay, you have some brand. They trust you. They trust you enough that they're going to try your product that you have. But if you ain't got that, and let's say you are a hairstylist and you only got 50 clients, your Instagram is barely hanging on. Maybe you got a lot of Instagram followers, but they just like you because you're nice and pretty. Not necessarily they never got no product from you, never did your hair, which you never did nothing like that. Just because you're nice and pretty, don't mean that they're gonna buy your product. Again, trust something that they see. What is your brand authority? Where is it at? So one of the first things I do see is that people in this industry, and again, why it's tough, I believe that you're gonna have to realize early and often that you need old-fashioned marketing strategies, okay? We're talking free samples, okay? Constantly. We're talking live demos, constantly. Going to flea markets, going to anything you can go to. I remember years ago, is it avocado? Avocurl. I think it's called Avocurl. I'm a shout out to them. Yeah, I believe it's Avocurl. But I found this Black-owned business. This lady, one of my times I was in Oakland years ago. And Oakland had their First Fridays, and anybody know First Fridays in Oakland? They used to be popping, and maybe they still are. I don't know, but it was very popping. There was vendors there and stuff like that. And I remember seeing her booth there. And then around this time, my wife was kind of talking about, it was a big wave of, products for textured hair, Black people hair, and, curly hair, whatever the case may be. And so when I saw it, I was just like, hey, and I really wanted to support, Black business at the time. So I was just like, hey, Tasha, this brand, whoop. And I bought it. It in particular, I don't think she particularly enjoyed it because that was the last time we got it. But the biggest thing was, and then I followed her on Instagram, but I saw that even though, my wife didn't particularly like it for her hair, there was a whole lot of other people that did like it. And then also to this day, they are still active. And I just saw their Instagram just grow and grow. And she's at this flea shop, flea market, this First Fridays, this little thing. Oh, I got into my first store, blah, blah, blah. And she's making this all homemade herself and showing the process. And it was a grind. It still is a grind. It looks like a grind. But I saw her from afar for years pushing this thing out. For years getting in the street and then finally seeing some successes with it. And she's still trying to, get some things popping. I don't know all the details of what's going on, but I think back to that. Because the fact of the matter is, whether it's makeup, hair products, whatever, skin products, whatever it is in the beauty space, how are you going to build this trust? You can't depend on everybody. You need to make an investment. If you trust what you built, what you created, you need to prove that it works. Okay? Again, if you're going to give out free samples, free demos, free demo lives and showing things, don't just do it just to be doing it. When you give away something free, it ain't really free. Okay? In exchange for this product, I need at least your name and number, name and email. I need something so that when I believe in this product so much, you're gonna love it. Give me your email. Tell me what you think about it. I'll respond back, with a link to purchase the full thing, whatever the case may be. Think of it like that at the same time. Just don't think you're giving out free things, but understand that you're gonna need to put in that physical legwork. You're gonna have to drop the phone. Get off the laptop. You're gonna have to see the real world. Interact with people. Like, if you're not a extrovert and like to be talking and willy-dilly and all that type of stuff, find you a co-founder that is. Because like I said, I think back and I just don't know how else you can really get something popping without an organic start from it if you don't already have that brand authority and a powerful personal brand authority. If you don't already have that, I really don't know what you can do that would just from home, taking a picture of a product makes someone buy it? I mean, it's tough. They want to smell it. What does it look like? I mean, I don't know what, let alone try it. Again, going back to like literally trying something, it's hard. Also, some things you could do is like, working with micro influencers. Maybe you don't need the big old giant ones, but maybe there's somebody in their space that, you could send, again, a sample to them. Let them that has the brand authority on like, oh, I respect this person's opinion. Before we had Bianca on the show and did a interview with her. She's a mega influencer for the curly hair stuff. Maybe I need to slide in my DMs so I can slide in her DMs so I can help you out, get the product over there. Don't come rushing me trying to get all the products to Bianca, okay? But I'll try if I can. If you, but that's the type of hustle you're gonna need to have, okay? That's the type of hustle you're gonna need to have. And if you're not prepared to do that from the jump, know that is the route you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to get it the old-fashioned way. Boots on the ground, old-fashioned way. If you're not willing to do that, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know. I couldn't. I mean, there's not a Facebook ad you to do. I mean, there's nothing you can do that's just gonna, from that type of scale. It's just not. You have to get out there and grind it out. So keep that in mind, okay? After that, the next point is that you want to leverage social proof, okay? All of this is going towards that build trust, okay? This would be my things and things I'll be trying to work on as soon as possible, okay? The power of testimonials, okay? When somebody loves what you got and they love your product, you need to make sure that you have them and you capture it. Again, if you give out free products, give out free things, you're capturing that contact. If they love what you're talking about, be like, hey, you know what? I'll send you another bottle. Can you please write me a review? Can you? And I'll send you a bigger bottle. Can you do a video testimony for me? Can you share it with your audience and give it to me for I can share before and after pictures? Whatever you can do, okay? You need to provide that social proof of whatever your product is actually doing good. Is it actually clearing up skin? Is it actually working? Is it doing something? Was your curly hair popping before the product you created? And now it's just still popping? Like, I don't know. Is it your product that did it? Or is it like, okay, girl, you already had good hair. What it is. Or was your hair a hot mess before? And we could see that it was a hot mess before. Or see somebody else's hair that was a hot mess before. And your product is really working. Those are the things you need to figure out how you're going to get ASAP. How you going to get these reviews? What are you going to do? Again, everything's strategic. Okay, reviews might need to be family and friends at first. But then after that, you need to focus on this social proof that your product works, okay? Word of mouth is going to be important. Again, we are laying the groundwork the old-fashioned way, okay? So social proof needs to be there, okay? The last point that I will get for this as far as starting a beauty business, and you see I haven't really dived too much in the business plan and the business of it, but because I think these particular things which you need to think about even before you get to the actual business and creating the product and all this type of stuff, but you need to have a plan up front beyond friends and family, okay? I've seen it several times where somebody comes out with a beauty brand and they're like, check my thing out. Okay. I don't have, like for me, I'm a man, okay? I don't groom myself just perfectly every time I leave the house, like I look all perfect, like I do on these videos. Trust me, I do not look like this 24/7, okay? Trust me. But I sometimes have hair grease, wave stuff, and I don't even got waves like that. I maybe buy it once every year and a half, maybe two for me. That's just me for hair grease. So I say that to say, friends and family, if you put it in front of me, one, again, do I want to put it on my hair? Even if I get past that, do I actually need it? Because I don't get it that often. So, what is the plan beyond friends and family? Okay. Yes, I released something. Oh, my product's here. Oh, well, whatever. Again, if you're gonna have friends and family, that's cool. Let them be some of your reviews. Let them be some of your first testimonies, whatever the case may be. That is great. But you need to think from the beginning, after friends and family, how are you going to get this to the masses? Think about your target audience, okay? Who is your target audience? Think about their pain points. What are they struggling with? Does your product help it? Think about your minimal viable product, their MVP. How is your product different? What problem is it solving? Now I'm diving into all the business stuff that you're going to need to think about. Because once you think beyond friends and family and you're like, oh snap, how do I get it to somebody? Then you're in the business mode of marketing, of strategy, of products, of everything about how can you be successful in this space. Okay? So that's pretty much my advice there as far as starting a beauty business, because I really believe that you need to change your shift of thinking from this 2025 Instagram, social media, just put something on, slap some e-commerce stuff. It is a tough business, okay? Even then, we ain't even dive into the world of getting it into stores and things like that. And, what the DEA or DIA, whatever they call it, that's bad words now. So you think Target and Walmart taking your product just because you black curly hair just cause? Okay? They stopping them programs. A lot of black people got it, and it's good for them because it needed to be in there because they was underrepresented and they needed to have some shelf space. But now I'm even gonna talk about that because I don't want to get into politics on this show. But with all that being said, you need to understand that that's going to be harder too. So yeah, you watching all these other people, oh my gosh, I just saw her on Instagram, now her stuff is in Target. Oh my goodness. Understand the space. How many stuff got on Target after 2020? Shouts out George Floyd, may you rest in peace. So just keeping it a buck. But so that's how you need to think about your beauty business, okay? And the starting it and how you need to think about it. And just know that you are in for a long haul and you are in for a tough business. I mean, it just is what it is. But you're ready for it. You can do it. You have a mentor like me that's helping you cut through some of this stuff. Because if you figure out the stuff I was talking to you and you crack the codes there, I really believe you're giving yourself the best shot to be successful in this industry. Okay? Well, that is the show. If you enjoy what you watched and you heard, please hit like, subscribe to our channel. Please, please, please do that. Share this video with somebody that you know, somebody that you love, anybody that is starting a beauty business or that has just already started one and maybe they need a little oomph to get to that next level. So thank you guys. Until next time, I will catch you on the 9% show. Peace.